Is it time to finally start accumulating altcoins? Because whether or not you think the bottom is in for Bitcoin and the crypto markets in general, there is no denying that the majority of coins have seen huge corrections and are at levels far below those seen during the bull market. This has prompted a lot of people to start discussing whether or not it is a good time to possibly start accumulating altcoin positions in anticipation of the next bull market, and if so, what coins those positions should be in. If you have been around for more than one crypto market cycle, then you know that choosing the right altcoins to accumulate during the bear market is significantly harder than choosing altcoins that will go up during the bull market. There are several reasons for this. During the bull market, there is a lot of more liquidity flowing around, looking for the next hot trend or narrative, so it does not take much for a coin to see some movements to the upside. During bear markets, and even more than usual during this particular one, liquidity dries up as people are far more cautious. You may be thinking that this does not matter as much if you're willing to hold your bags as they stay flat or go underwater before the next bull market, but that is not always the case. As you can easily see by checking CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, there are thousands of altcoins that did well in previous bull markets that never made new highs after a bear market. This can be the result of the team giving up or rugging, funding running out, users abandoning a project, or just new and improved protocols stealing attention from the older ones. This is why when you decide to accumulate altcoins during a bear market, you have to do thorough research and have high conviction in the team, the fundamentals, and that a coin can find a strong narrative whenever the next bull market does arrive. If you successfully do those things, then now is the time when you can be finding and buying the altcoins that will 10x, 50x, or even better when the next bull market takes place. That is why in today's video, I will be walking you through what characteristics you need to be looking for in altcoins to find the ones that will survive in the long term. Before I get started with that, make sure to subscribe and activate the bell icon so you do not miss out on more videos like this, as well as everything else I cover here on the channel. To begin with, the most basic characteristics, you need to be focusing on altcoins with a distinct use case and product market fit. The second part is essential because there are a good number of altcoins that have come up with unique use cases but fail to gain users for that use case. When that happens, it is rare to see any notable gains in price. As a quick example, insurance-focused protocols have failed to gain any significant market share for DeFi in spite of the clear need for protection against hacks and exploits. Because of this, the tokens of protocols in that sector have not performed as well as could have been expected. To give a basic example of coins that have found a good use case and product market fit, we have the tokens of proof of stake layer 1s. We saw the narrative for many of those coins play out in the past bull market as Ethereum, Solana, BNB, AVAX, and others all provided solid gains. The one situation in which you might consider looking at a coin without an existing product market fit is when you are researching very new projects that you think could find their place in the crypto ecosystem at a later date. These are, of course, riskier because they are usually smaller projects that have not yet proven themselves, but of course, with that risk comes the potential for greater returns when you do correctly identify the next big thing. After you have identified the project that fits those characteristics, you will need to do a deep dive into the tokenomics. That is kind of an all-encompassing term for anything to do with the mechanics behind the token, including how it is integrated into a platform or protocol, its emissions, its unlock schedule, if there is one, if it can be staked, and so on. These are crucial things to pay attention to because there are many cases in which a project itself is very successful, but the token for that project underperforms because it either does not play a key role in the protocol or because it faces sell pressure from being dumped by insiders, the team, early investors, or because emissions are too high. There are several useful tools you can take advantage of during this portion of your research. First up, on CoinGecko, they recently added this tokenomics section for coins, which includes a breakdown of how the token supply is allocated, a release schedule for tokens, funding round prices, and more depending on what data is available for each coin. While this is good for a quick summary, you can then use the sources linked to do more in-depth research. As an example, we can take a quick look at Matic here. The token supply is split into 7 main categories with the percentages of each listed here. The supply schedule reveals any big unlocks, which are shown by the sharp increases of these lines. As you can tell, the last cliff for unlocks took place December 6th, and from then on there's a slow and steady emission rate until the total supply is reached. While that is a good sign, something you have to consider is that not everyone sells their allocations immediately upon unlocking them. This section here shows us that early funding rounds for Matic had prices per token below a cent, so anyone who participated is still in massive profit. One way you can get a more in-depth view of the holders of a token is with a block explorer such as Etherscan or the equivalent for each blockchain. Just take the contract address for a token, paste it, then click the token tracker here. You can then click on holders to see which entities and addresses hold the largest portions of the supply. Usually, there will be some exchanges here for popular coins as well as some smart contracts for staking or other functions in the protocol. After those, however, is where you can see how much of the supply the largest individual holders control. This is especially important to look into for coins with less liquidity and smaller market caps, as with those, the actions of one or a few large holders can have a very big effect on price both to the upside and to the downside. Outside of those characteristics, what you need to look for varies with each project you research. A solid starting place is a project site and social pages. You can tell a good amount about the effort being put into a project and the skill of the team behind it by how the site looks like and the quality of information available from it. It is also important to look at their Twitter and other social to see if there's a genuine interest from the crypto community and what they are building or working on. Of course, if the project has a functional protocol, then you should go ahead and use it yourself, even if you just do some test transactions to experience the UI and UX. If it is not something you could or would use yourself as a crypto native investor, then there's a good chance that it could struggle to grow a large user base. There are also a number of different sites you can use in your research for analysis of metrics such as TVL, revenue, fees, and a lot more. Some of the more popular free ones include DeFi Llama, Token Terminal, and Dune. Some other things to look into include how much funding a project has, what partnerships they have established, and their plans for the future. While this may all sound like a lot if you have not done in-depth research before, it does not take too long before you find a routine that works for you and allows you to efficiently evaluate new projects you find. And if you apply these methods, I am sure you have a much greater chance of actually making massive gains during the next bull market. Something else I want to talk to you all about today is Aurochs, the sponsor of the video. If you are unfamiliar with Aurochs, they started out as a company by creating an innovative trading platform that solved some key issues with trading crypto. They did this by creating a trading terminal that serves as an all-in-one trading platform which can plug into many of the major exchanges. The terminal also has a number of unique trading indicators and allows you to trade on multiple exchanges at once. Now, Aurochs is expanding their offerings to include a Web3 wallet with the goal of taking on the established industry players. They plan to accomplish this goal by offering an improved user experience through unique features, an exciting member rewards program, excellent security, and more. Some of the most exciting features will include gasless token swaps, access to NFT whitelists, airdrops, and giveaways. Also a clean UI that provides helpful portfolio analysis and statistics, and access to the Aurochs Society. The wallet will be exclusive due to Aurochs limiting the number of users during its first phase, and those first users will gain privileges such as access to private parties at conferences as well as a private Discord. Some enhanced security features will include protection against phishing, wallet recovery with a security phase or traditional login, and the ability to whitelist smart contracts. As you can probably tell, this wallet will really stand out from what is available now, as most existing wallets are fairly basic in that they don't offer many extra features. If you want to sign up for the whitelist for early access or do some more research into Aurochs, you can do so through the link in the description.